Curious Wanderer. This is Mia, and welcome to my video. I thought the first video would be fun to do kind of a self-portrait. And when I mean kind of, I mean it's a self-portrait. So what I did at the beginning, I just took the drawing that I did and covered it with a mask. The mask is made out of latex, so I often just call it latex, but it's a fluid blah 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 mask protector thingy. Yes, you will notice that I am full of all of the technical terms and such. Absolutely, I'm a professional. I swear I studied it. Anyway, so that way it protects my image, so I can be as sloppy as I want and I don't ruin anything. So it's pretty great. I like it. It's awesome to watch myself paint fast like this, because then I can pretend that I'm like super duper like tactful, like I absolutely know what I'm doing, when in reality there's like a lot of time in between like each take where I'm going, wait, what do I do? Wait, what color should this be? Oh shit, it looks like crap. Oh no. And then like in the end it turns out okay, so it's not so bad. Like right there, magically it's dry. I wish real life worked that way. So what I ended up doing is I wanted it to be kind of like there's like a galaxy or a whole world like popping out of my head, because in the portrait it's just me who's drawing, which is funny because it's me who's drawing me, and then it's a dream within a dream. But anyway, so I wanted it to be kind of like the world at my fingertips, kind of like where I'm doing what looks like a very mundane task, but is like kind of a magical task, really. Like I love doing art and kind of creating things that don't exist. You know, even if they're mundane, they don't exist on paper, made by me specifically. So that's what I like. And then I wanted the character to pop out, and I wanted the universe at the top to pop out. So that's why I went with just a very light wash behind my character. Honestly, I went with green because the room that I was in, that I'm in most of the time when I'm doing art, has green paint on the walls. So I just kind of went with real life, and I went, okay, I'll just put a green background. And yeah. The funny thing I find when you're painting galaxies too is that they never look good until right towards the end. And when you add the stars, that's really when it makes it, you know. So yeah, basically just kind of add a bit of weight to the image by adding a shadow underneath, because otherwise I'm just kind of like a floating person on a chair. As interesting as that is, that's not quite what I was going for. So I am terribly lazy. Some might watch this to learn things, but I pretty much improvise everything I do. So, for example, I am very guilty of mixing my colors directly onto paper for some reason. I don't know why I do this. So and I'll be doing the shadow underneath the chair, and I don't want to use black because I know the image is going to have a lot of black in it, so I'm like, I'm going to put some dark blue, but then it's too blue. I'm just going to put red on top of it and swirl it together and hope it works, and then if it does, I'm very happy, and then I can pretend it was like all planned out. But like if it doesn't, then I like start to panic. So yeah, don't follow my example. You should probably mix your colors and test them and be meticulous with things, but I don't know. The fun of it is to kind of like wing it, to me. I do color tests though, like, don't get me wrong. I'll do like quick swatches and stuff if I'm looking for something specific, but if I'm going for more of a feel than like trying to do something like accurately, then I tend to just kind of feel it out. So yeah, I knew there'd be a lot of gray tones because the table and the chair being gray, plus because for some reason I decided to paint the exact outfit that I was wearing when I drew the image. The black I was wearing is a black dress on top of everything, and then there's even like some dark color in the leggings that we'll see afterwards, but oh well. I guess the tricky part is making everything stand out and not become just one blend of like the same color. But yeah, so I'm still learning a lot when it comes to watercolor. I'm fairly new to it, so do forgive my wallowing about trying to figure things out. I'm sure there are many people who could give me very many useful tips, so feel free to leave me any tips in the comments if you want for someone who sort of understands watercolor but is still just starting. That could be very helpful to me. So I have Tetris leggings, and this is me trying to draw Tetris leggings, and I every once in a while seem to convince myself that there is an X block, and an X block does not exist. I don't know why I always do that. But yeah, so what's tricky I find with watercolor is when you start something, like I was doing the Tetris blocks, if you go too close to like a wet color with another wet color, they just kind of blend. So you have to wait till something dries before you can really work next to it, because as soon as they touch, it's just like, oh, there it goes, you know what I mean? Like for example there, I tried to add some color to the mouth because I didn't feel like it was standing out, and now it stands out way too much, but you know. Yeah, here the dress I have is a black floral print on top of a black cloth, so I tried to do that, but you guys will probably find out over time that I am terrible at drawing flowers. It sounds like the most obvious thing that you learn to draw when you're a kid. Like, I feel like flowers and like happy faces and stick figures are kind of like the first things you learn to draw, but nope, flowers are a mystery to me. I'm like circle shapes, around circle shapes, and that's all I can seem to figure out so far, but one day I'll draw a flower and it'll look decent. But that was not this day. So it ended up being a bunch of swirly patterns to kind of hint that there's a texture there, but I don't think it looks like there's a flower texture there. But tell me if I'm wrong. Here what I did is I added a bit of blue to the top of the legging, so that way it kind of differentiated it from the dress. And this is a watercolor pencil. Again, a material that is very new to me, seeing as everything watercolor is new to me, but I like it because then it allows me to give like an outline that's not too harsh. Like if I inked this, which would be my natural reflex, then it would be too harsh of a line. It would really give it a cartoony or illustrated look, which I don't think I've strayed very far from. But at least with the watercolor pencil, it kind of softens it out. You know, it feels a little more subdued, a little more believable. Well, you know, I think so. And then I use it for a little precision shading. Yeah. And on the desk is my little, it's supposed to be like my pencil case, which is a big wooden box, if anyone's wondering. And a generic energy drink, because that is usually the setup on my table. And I think that's everything I had to say about the piece. So from here, make sure to check out my Facebook page, link in the description. And I thank you so much for watching this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel to see future videos, as well as liking the video and leaving me any helpful hints in the comments. Thank you and have a good day, guys.